Hi there, welcome to Joshi'ing Around, a podcast in which I will show one friend of mine who knows nothing about Joshi Pro Wrestling one Joshi match, and we will talk about their thoughts and their feelings, their first impressions and their reactions. Then I will try and explain the history of the match to them and what makes it so special to me personally. My name is Tim Hunter and welcome to the show. I'm here with my first guest ever. This is Emmy.
Hi.
How are you, Emmy?
I'm good. Doing good.
Do you want to tell us anything about yourself or you want to plug something?
Well, my name is Emmy. I do have my own podcast. It's called Emotional Support Wrestling with my co-host Madge. It's very chill, very relaxed. We are just coming back from hiatus after like 10 months of not podcasting. So if you want to check that out, you please feel free. We are yappers, so they go on for a long time. I completely understand if nobody or if there are people who don't like 3.5-hour podcasts, but if you do, there we are.
Awesome. So as you've heard in the intro, this is a podcast about Joshi. Emmy watched a Joshi match over the last week. It's one of my favorite matches of all time. Not many people's favorite match of all time, I figure, but I have like a special kind of appreciation for it. It is Tam Nakano versus Natsupoi from June 26, 2022. It's a cage match. It's the first Joshi cage match in almost 30 years.
Oh, wow.
And I guess we're just gonna get right into it. What were your first thoughts? What were your first impressions after you watched the match?
Okay, so if it's okay, I did end up watching the video package that you told me about.
All right, sure, yeah.
And so I actually have never seen either one of these women before. So I had to figure out who was who. And it's a little bit hard when I don't understand Japanese, right? But from the video package, I could tell that the blonde woman was the antagonist, as far as I could tell. She had said something that made the crowd laugh, and it kind of pushed the other woman's buttons a little bit, and you could tell that she was kind of condescending and a little bit arrogant. And the brunette with the purple in her hair, she didn't back down. And so once they started speaking, like when they were sitting on the couches, I think, I think I figured out that the blonde woman was Natsupoi and that the other woman was Tam.
Right.
So that's all I got. That's all I got from the video package.
Yeah, maybe I should have told you that before.
No, it's fine. I liked figuring those things out. And I did figure out that Tam was part of Cosmic Angels also.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's what I had. And I think that's enough, honestly, just to figure out, just that's all I really need to go into a match.
For sure. So what do you think of the match?
Overall, I actually really enjoyed the match. There was something about the fact that the crowd was very quiet for a lot of it. I don't know if that's like a respect thing or if that's what's normal in Stardom, but for me, I liked it because it kind of it grounded the severity of what was going on, and it felt so personal and intimate because of that. Yeah.
Right. So first of all, it was in 2022, Japan still had lots of COVID restrictions, so people actually weren't allowed to cheer.
Okay.
The only thing people were allowed to do in Japan around the time was clapping, so you would only hear polite applause after every move. The only noise you can really hear are the outsides, their teammates yelling at them, but the silence is mostly caused by the COVID restrictions.
Gotcha.
The thing is, in Stardom, they made a huge surge during COVID. like in attendance and viewership and like popularity. So a lot of fans started watching Stardom during COVID, and they like got used to just being a clap crowd basically. So they just kept being a clap crowd even after restrictions for some while. It's kind of
wow.
getting better now. The crowds are getting more lively, but Stardom had a real problem with like very silent crowds generally, because like everyone started watching them during COVID, and they just weren't used to never actually like yelling or cheering. That's generally a bit different in Stardom, I think. But yeah, it's getting a lot better. Like now, the big shows are really loud.
Okay. Well, I thought it worked.
Me too. Yeah, that's actually another thing. I kind of like really. I myself got into Stardom during the pandemic, so that's the way I knew Stardom too for the first like 2-3 years I was watching. So to me, it's kind of like I kind of have like fond memories for like the really silent matches. It's like it's kind of eerie, but it's like it really hits a lot deeper sometimes too.
Yeah, it really it forces you into like just being there with them one-on-one. You know, it feels like there's nobody else there, and that you're just watching these two people have a really intimate moment.
So, what do you think of like the wrestlers? Who did you like better? Who was your favorite? Who were you rooting for? You said you figured out that Natsupoi was kind of like the heel, or like the bratty kind of condescending type.
Okay, so I don't honestly know much about either one of them. I do know that Tam is someone that you respect a lot, and that I've heard her name a lot, and it's like a very respectable name. But when it comes to me, like just from this first impression of both of them, I really, really like Natsupoi, and I think it's probably because when she was wrestling, it felt like there was this kind of desperation from her. And that is like, I really like that kind of vulnerability from a wrestler. And I think that she was just, I don't know, it's just that really, really called to me that in all of her moves, it felt like she was trying so hard. And Tam, even though she was like, it felt like she was holding her own more at the beginning of the match, Tam. And it felt like she was just like swinging like Natsupoi around. And the few times that you could see Natsupoi get offense in, it felt like she was just trying her hardest, just like pouring her heart out, like super desperate, trying to get Tam to like submit.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's actually like that's the main, I would say, like the main strength of Natsupoi is like her desperation selling. It's like I don't know if there's anything better today who sells like that. I'm gonna watch with Ariel on the weekend another Natsupoi match, or she's gonna watch it. We're gonna talk about it, and that's actually like my favorite match of all of last year, just because of Natsupoi selling. It was so incredible. It's like when Natsupoi really like is in a submission or like is really beat down, she has like a way to cry and scream that it's crazy. I get actually like choked up when I watch her matches a lot of times. It's like really, yeah, she can like really control the emotions of the audience, I think, really well. That's like her main quality, and that's that what makes her like one of the best in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah, I felt it. You can tell that she's very, very good at what she does.
What were your like main takeaways emotionally, or how did you feel after it?
After it, I did feel a little bit of an emotional exhaustion. Now I was surprised because from the entrances to the very end, it was a full 38 minutes, right? And that's counting the post match, and it did not feel like 40 minutes at all. It as soon as like I was looking at the time and I was like, wow, this is flying by so fast. And it was just, I don't know, I really, really enjoyed, I guess, the build up, because at first I'm not really sure what's going on. But because of Natsupoi selling and her frustration, and you can see how Tam is kind of holding her own at the very beginning. I realized that Tam is like probably the better of the two. And whatever Natsupoi is doing is like she's someone that she has to defeat. And you realize that at the end when Natsupoi, has lost and Tam gets out of the cage, you realize how important this is, because Tam comes back in, right? She comes back in and she checks on her, and that hit me so hard, because I think emotionally I was probably more attached to Natsupoi throughout the match, and then at the end when Tam comes in to check on her, that's when I'm like, oh, there's something to Tam here, and it's not just Natsupoi, and maybe there's more to their relationship than I had thought at the beginning. And I don't know, it was so good. And all the parts where they're at the top of the cage, or they're trying to reach the cage after the pinfalls, it's just you really understand ferocity between these two. I really liked it. I really liked this match a lot.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's those are excellent takeaways. I think that's really, really important points that they were hitting. And yeah, you can tell that they're hitting. And if someone can just jump in without knowing anybody, and they have those main takeaways from it, that just tells me that it really worked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's exactly what they wanted to achieve with this. You kind of nailed it completely, everything. I'm gonna get into the story in just a little bit. I wanted to ask, why do you think I picked this match for you?
I'm not certain, but I want to say that you're pretty aware that I do like characters that have vulnerabilities to them and that show them, and I also really, really like strong baby faces. People like Hangman or whatever, and I feel like this had two really good characters here, and I feel like you thought I would enjoy that a lot.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's so I don't know if you know it, but so Tam Nakano is basically my favorite wrestler. She's my special guy overall, in the entire world. That's probably gonna draw the ire of the Joshi community on me, but I'm not ashamed. But at the same time, just in the US or just AW, Hangman is also my special guy, right? So he's my number 2. Tom is my number 1, kinda. It's these two characters are just they are what's making wrestling great for me, or why I want to watch wrestling. It's exactly what these two are doing. Mm-hmm. And I always felt like they have a certain connection to each other, not really in obviously not visually, the character is not the same, mm-hmm. not even close, but just in the way they are able to tell stories, their emotional storytelling in matches and outside of matches, and just their, I don't know, their physical charisma going about.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
So yesterday I emailed Trish with my submission for the newsletter that they're gonna start up on Social Suplex. Mm-hmm. And after she read it, she said, actually, we might have to make this a bi-weekly feature, because what I wrote about Hangman, she said it reminded her of what you wrote about Tam.
So funny. That's awesome. Yeah, I sent her a piece. I don't know if you're aware of where Tam is right now in her career. Nothing.
I don't know anything.
All right. She recently had a loser leaves Stardom match against one of her arch rivals.
Yes, I do remember James and Rich talking about that.
So now she is already out of the company. She's a freelancer now, officially. She's still at the Stardom shows. She's still doing her dates. Okay. But officially, I don't know. It's probably all kayfabe, but officially they signed, they terminated her contract. So she's no longer with Stardom, but she has one more match on April 27, where her entire career is on the line. And it's very likely that she's going to retire then. Okay. So So yeah, that was my submission to Trish as well. I wrote like what Tam means to me, and like just before retirement, like why it hits me that hard. And yeah, we'll see. It's not set in stone yet.
Right.
Like there's a lot of weird things going on. First of all, like both women's careers are on the line, so her arch rival might as well.
You never know with wrestling.
Yeah. The thing is, like her rival at Saya Kamitani is her name, and she just like really ascended to the main event spot. She's the main champion right now, and she's drawing really well for the promotion too. She's like a really good ace for the promotion, and she's a lot younger too, like almost a decade younger than Tam.
Okay.
So it's very likely that Tam is gonna lose.
I did have a question about because at the beginning of the match they show their birthdays, and I saw that Natsupoi's had the year, but Tam's didn't have the year. So I was very confused. I didn't know if she was like younger or older because I couldn't tell by her face.
Yeah, I don't. It's very publicly known. I think she has a kayfabe age too. It's like 1,080 years or something. It's something.
What?
Weird. She's like the cosmic angel. She has. I don't know if that's like just a joke. I think that was just a joke from Azumi at some point, but it can be like, it's weird. Nah, she's 37 or 38 already. She's around 37, 38.
Oh wow.
But like for some wrestlers, they don't show the ages.
Yeah.
I think for Tam, it was like to like shield how old she actually is, and for the younger wrestlers, it's a lot of the times it's to shield how young they actually are. So
that's what I thought it was. I thought maybe she was just very very young because I genuinely couldn't tell her age.
No, it's like Starlight Kid never has her age really on the screen either. Okay. But that's like because she started so young that I think they didn't want to make it that she was a mask, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't really tell from like her face that she's just a 14-year-old kid in the ring, right?
Oh my god. That's crazy.
They start very young over there. It's kind of wild, yeah. But like for Tam, it's like the opposite way, I think. Gotcha. She got into wrestling relatively late, especially for Joshi. She was an idol before in Japan, in like a failing idol group, and she really hated that life, like that kind of destroyed her. And then she found wrestling for herself. We can maybe we can just go into the story then, because she started in like AWG in 2016, so that's when she was like 27, 28, around that time.
Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead.
Yeah. So Natsupoi was already there. Her name was Natsumi Maki at the time. She had been wrestling for like a year before Tam joined her promotion. But they became friends very quickly, right? I haven't been watching at that time, and there's barely any footage of that available of the promotion at that time. It's a very small indie promotion in Japan. So, but when you go like to Cage Match, you can see like their match records. It's like Tam and Natsupoi were like in the same matches all the time, either tagging or against each other, but they were like intertwined all the time during their time in AWG. And then after a while, like Tam just left the promotion from like one day to another. She first did like a self-promoted show, and then she just joined Stardom like that. She just one day showed up in Stardom and said she wanted to be in their big tournament, in like the Continental Classic of Stardom, basically. And
I can see that kind of being like if they were always intertwined in this small indie, I can see a story of that being that Natsupoi got left behind.
Right, that's exactly it. She felt left behind, and also the promotion like didn't do well with that. Like AWG is what the promotion is called. It went through very rough times after Tam left. So Natsupoi kind of blamed Tam for a lot. She kind of started hating her for leaving her behind and leaving the promotion behind and just going to Stardom like that. Mm. And it's not like their decision. They can't just show up to Stardom like that. Like Stardom wanted Tam, obviously, to be there, and didn't want Natsupoi at the time. So Natsupoi went to Tokyo Joshi Pro instead. She kind of built the feud herself during the time. She was like in Japanese magazines, like writing letters about how awful Tam is and stuff, like how much she hates Tam, and kept it alive like that until like 2020. She had been in Tokyo Joshi Pro for like 2 years then, and finally made the jump to Stardom. And that was just almost exactly at the point where Tam was founding her own stable, the Cosmic Angels.
Okay.
And Tam's arch rival at that point was Julia. You may have heard her name. She went to WWE recently. I don't know.
Yes, I've heard her name. I'm familiar.
Okay. Julia and Tam, they hated each other. It was like almost the most hated rivalry in all of Stardom for the entire time that they were there, basically. And Natsupoi joined Julia's stable.
Oh.
When she came in. So you knew exactly like where it was going. Like Natsupoi will be on the attack constantly because she still felt hurt, right? But she was also kind of, I think I mean disingenuous or unreasonable, maybe unreasonable.
Okay.
Because it's not Tam's fault for like going for her best luck or like going for the most fame she can have or like the best path for herself.
Right.
She can't just save
she
her
has to choose what's best
indie
for her.
forever if she has the chance to jump to like the biggest women's promotion in Japan, right?
Right.
So it's like kind of unreasonable from Natsupoi to say like to be like super angry about that. She could just like wish well for her best friend, right?
Right.
Instead, she just totally lost her mind and then went a bit crazy about that. And that's why I think it's on one hand understandable if your friend leaves like from one day to the other, but it's also a bit unreasonable to like blame her for like the next 6 years.
Well, there's a fine line between love and hate.
That's exactly it.
You love someone so much, and then they leave you, and then it hurts, so you hate them.
Sure, that's it. The thing about Stardom is there's one major heel faction, and the other factions, there's one major face faction, I'd say, and the others are more like in the middle. So like the Julia faction wasn't exactly like heels just because Tam hated them, and Cosmic Angels weren't like faces. They were both like, they could be, it's more like just interpersonal feuds. It's not someone is pure evil and the other one is pure good. They both always have like their own stakes and you can root for either one, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like Natsupoi was always this like evil little gremlin because she was in a heel unit or something. Mm-hmm. She, to the outside, she still presented herself as like this I don't know, cutesy girl. I don't know, that she doesn't do anything wrong. And then they had the first match in 2021. And during that match, like Natsupoi kinda fell into like bad habits, I'd say. She was like extremely disrespectful to Tam, and she like poured water all over her and used like foreign objects and stuff and cheap shot her over and over again. Mm-hmm. And that was like, in that match, Natsupoi's real personality was kind of revealed to the Stardom audience. So that was kind of her official like heel turn in Stardom, I'd say. And from that point on, like Natsupoi was extremely aggravated at Tam at all times because Tam kind of made her reveal herself, right? Natsupoi didn't plan on showing her real personality, but I don't know. Tam made something click in her head, and she just lost it, I guess. So this is kind of what Tam is also saying after the match, right? She says like, "Only I can see your bad traits."
I thought it said something like only I can handle you this way or something. I think that's what it said.
Right. So this basically leads to this match. Like Tam has the white belt in 2021 during their first match. It's like the second most important belt in Stardom. It's like international belt in AW, I guess, right now. Okay. But it's a bit bigger. It's like the white belt can also sometimes main event shows.
So it can surpass. It can surpass the other title. Okay.
Yeah, but generally the red belt is like the big one, and white belt is like, it's like 1A and 1B kind of.
Gotcha.
White belt is 1B. So Tam had the white belt almost through. She had it for 9 months, I think, in 2021. And when she lost it, she kind of took it hard. She lost it to Saya Kamitani actually in 2021, the one that she's gonna have the retirement match next month against. So it's all intertwined.
Connected.
It's all circling back all the time to stuff from years before. It's kind of crazy. But like, yeah, in 2021, Tam already didn't take the loss that well. She was kind of like considering retirement at that time already. And Natsupoi couldn't really handle that. Like she wasn't finished with Tam, right? She couldn't handle Tam speaking about retirement when Natsupoi has never really beaten her and never really handled her well. So they agreed on this match. And this match is only one of a series. It's the first match, oddly enough. The cage match was the first match of that little mini-series they had. They had another match 2 days later, actually.
Yeah, I got that from the end of the post-match, yes.
Oh, right, they talked about it.
I think they said 3 days, but you're probably right, it's 2 days.
It's 2 days, yeah, actually. Which was another, like, really hard-hitting and very emotionally heavy match in Korakuen Hall. They were going crazy in that one. And after the second one, they decided to do a third one. And the third one was going to be like the entire unit against each other. So Cosmic Angels against Donna Del Mondo, which was the unit of Julia and Natsupoi. And
in a cage?
With the stipulation that it's like an elimination match, 5 vs. 5.
Oh, okay.
And the last person to get eliminated must leave their unit.
Must leave?
Yeah. They get kicked out of their unit.
If they're the last one to get eliminated?
Stardom. They do that 1 or 2 times a year. Mostly one time a year they have these big faction versus faction matches, and someone must leave their unit.
I must not be understanding. How is being the last person in the match mean that you have to leave?
No, not the last person to survive, but the last person to get pinned, basically. The last person. In this match, it was over the top rope elimination and pin and submission. So either you get thrown out or you get pinned until there's only one person left, basically, from a unit. The last one to get pinned from their unit must leave their unit.
That still doesn't make sense to me. You've endured so much in the match for your team, and you get kicked out? That seems wrong.
Yeah, it's tough. It's kind of, now that you mention it,
that seems wrong. Right, I don't accept this. I don't like that. You sacrifice so much for this team, and then and you endure so long in the match, and then they kick you out. That doesn't seem right. That seems wrong. No.
It does.
Actually. I need to have a talk with Stardom.
What do you think happens then?
What do I think happens?
You got any predictions? Maybe I can show you, actually. This is like really hype. Maybe I want to show you this. I think you'll like it. Like just the finish of the match. I mean, I'm not going to show you the entire match. Don't
okay.
worry. Okay, at this point, there's only 3 people left in the match, right? It's Natsupoi, it's Julia, and it's Tam.
Okay.
So Tam is 2-1, basically. And the last one to get eliminated must leave their unit, right? And over the top is also an elimination. So.
Why did she do that?
What do you think?
Is she gonna force herself to leave the unit? Wait, so hold on.
Tam won.
Tam won, so Natsupoi is kicked out of her own unit?
She is, yeah.
Why did she do that?
What do you think?
So I don't know. So to save Tam, I don't know. I don't know what this means. I need more backstory. Does she want to be part of Cosmic Angels?
She does.
I love that.
Basically it was really sweet, but people hated it too. This is why I told you that James and Rich hate Natsupoi. This is
why? No, because I don't understand. Why? I love this.
Yeah, it's awesome, right? They just needed to beat the crap out of each other in 2 matches. Like the second one, Natsupoi won, by the way. The one they had in the middle between the cage match and this one. Mm-hmm. The one 2 days later, Natsupoi defeated Tam. Mm-hmm. So I think that's all that she set out to do, was like beat Tam once, clean in the middle.
It's proving something to herself.
They just needed to beat each other up really badly, like in 2 matches, to like rekindle their love, I guess you'd say. I don't know.
Yes.
And that's how it happened. So like after they had like two brutal wars, Natsupoi just decided to leave her faction to join Tam, and like just like 6 weeks after this, Tam and Natsupoi won the tag titles together too. So and they were like basically in love after this. They recorded a music album together too. Actually.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I need this to happen with Hangman and Swerve.
Yeah, that's kind of like a similar story, basically. I don't think they hated each other quite as much as Hangman and Swerve. Because they like basically they loved each other in the beginning. That's
right.
What's never been there for Hangman and Swerve.
Semantics.
I feel like it's gonna happen. I think just because neither can really turn heel anymore. I think Hangman just came back from being heel, and Swerve is not gonna get booed. I think when they're both faces at some. I don't really want it either though, because it's such a sick blood feud. I don't know how I'd feel about it if Hangman and Swerve are just gonna.
I feel like it's all in the delivery for me.
Oh yeah.
I'm willing to accept it. Like me as a person, I want to say no, but if they can handle it very well, that and they can because it's Hangman,
they can for
and
sure.
It's Hangman and Swerve. As long as they're given the time to do it correctly, they'll pull it off.
If anyone can, it's those two, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I do love that though. I don't like when things end badly all of the time. That this is a good ending to me.
For me too. But like Rich and James, they hated it. They like
Natsupoi. Sometimes they hate joy.
Like,
they hate joy. Sometimes they hate joy.
Sometimes. It's just not like. It's kind of funny. I'm gonna send you like their cage match review after this. Maybe you should really check it out. It's so funny. Like Rich really couldn't handle that match. It was crazy.
I don't think I started listening to ONR until 2023, so I probably didn't hear that at all. So I'm interested in hearing what they had to say about it.
Oh yeah. Rich is so funny in that. He couldn't handle the match. It was like he didn't know what was even happening or what was going on, and he found it so heavy, like emotionally. He found it so depressing, this match, that like when Natsupoi in the end turned on a unit and joined Tam, he was
like, "What is this?"
Understand it. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. He said like over and over, "What is this? What is this? What is going on here?"
I can hear it. I can hear it.
Yeah. Now that you know, I mean, you loved the match, basically, yes. Right? Or you liked it a lot. Let's say.
I did.
I have this question here, like if knowing all the story would change your mind about the match, but I guess.
I think it would it would probably elevate it a little bit more emotionally. Like I think I would be an absolute wreck after it, probably. Oh, yeah. But it was enough. The story they were telling in the match, just with their moves, their faces, and everything they were doing, that was enough to get me to understand that there was something really important about this match, about their relationship to each other. Mm-hmm. That by the time we did get to the post match, and I can actually got subtitles and you hear what they're saying to each other, that I was like, okay, yes. I'm not crazy. This is exactly what I thought was going on. They're definitely two people who were friends, and something happened, and they fell apart, both of them. Like they diverged paths. That's what I had gotten from that. So when I got to hear them speak, I was like, okay, yes, this is definitely, I got that.
No, that's exactly it. You got exactly out of the match what I was hoping you would get. So I'm very happy with that. That's awesome.
Very good. Very compelling.
So maybe we talk about the match a little more, like going a bit deeper into the action, what was actually going on. Mm-hmm. I think we covered it all when it comes to like the storytelling in the match, like the emotional moments, like what it really like made it stand out. Is there any particular like moment in the match that was like your favorite thing about it?
So for me, I think that the biggest thing was when they were up on the cage, like right up at the top, and they were just like hitting each other. Like I mentioned it, they start. One of them kind of like holds the other one, and then they kind of look at each other, and then they slap each other. I like that a lot. I also really enjoyed toward the end. Yeah, just when they were like trying to get those pinfalls in, that like I loved how like Natsupoi had to like she tried so hard to pin Tam that when she did it, she got so exhausted trying to pin Tam that once she finally got the pin, she could not get up. And she exhausted herself to that point, and she couldn't even like capitalize on it. And it was just like, oh, this is so good. It's like her trying so hard, the emotion and the physicality of trying to do that has stopped her from winning.
Right.
And it's so good. I love that so
point.
much.
What did you think about like the finish itself? Like when Tam hits her with a big move, it's like when she drops her right on her head and she holds her for like 10 seconds and then she just drops her down. That's like Tam's big finishing.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
To look at. It was so brutal to look at because she just holds her there so long and it's so quiet.
Right.
You know, from the crowd. And then just boom, and it's just like ooh.
And then when she climbs up, Natsupoi goes after her, and of course like Tam grabs her into like the sleeper hold from the top of the cage, and it's like
yes,
until Natsupoi is just like a lifeless body hanging there.
That was so crazy. I was like, there's no, I don't know what's happening. Like, are you bad? Because this seems like what a bad person does. But no, it's just they're so into this match, and she knows that this is the only way that she can get her to stop.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, go to sleep, go to sleep, because Natsupoi won't stop. You know, she's so determined.
Exactly. That's kind of what. Yeah. First time I was kind of shocked as well. Like she's actually like fucking killing her, like choking her out at like 3 meters in the air. She's like just choking her to death or something. But like it's true. Like people don't like just get up from like that screwdriver she does where she drops the right on her head. That's usually like the finishing point. And Natsupoi is just like crawling up from that after like 5 seconds. It was she just can't give up until like Tam has to choke her out. It's like it's something she usually does as well from the turnbuckle. So she grabs people from the outside and pulls them up by the neck from the turnbuckle, like kind of the same choking thing.
Oh.
So that's kind of like a signature thing for Tam as well. And it's kind of heelish. It's like it's something that I haven't maybe like explained very well so far as well. Is like Tam's personality is not like a straight babyface thing. She's very like she can be, but on the other hand, she's like this really crazy, strict mentor to her people in her like faction, you know.
So she's John Moxley.
Sorry?
She's John Moxley.
Oh no. Don't say that. That's mean.
Look. It's only mean because of 2024.
Yeah, that's true. But she's like, she can be really strict and she can be a real dick to her underlings in her faction. Mm-hmm. And she can be like really ruthless as well at points. Like she has the switch, the way she fights often, like she comes into the ring as like this happy idol girl, like with a smiley baby face, whatever put on thing. She used to dance a lot, like on her way to the ring, like an idol that she is. And there's always this kill switch that she can flip. Sometimes she like stays happy-go-lucky babyface for a while until she's had enough with her opponent, and then she flips it, and then she's just starting to kill them like mercilessly. She's just kicking them to death or like dropping them on her head like over and over, and then she's not like the smiley happy babyface anymore. She's like just a murder machine at some point. She has like this really weird Terminator switch. I don't know. In this match, she was on it like from the beginning. Like after the bell rung, she lost her smile and she was immediately like locked in.
Yeah, that I think that's one of the things I did like about that first part where we're just looking at them two and those really long quiet moments right at the beginning is that Natsupoi she looks like she's anxious. And Tam is very confident at the beginning. And there's that part where Natsupoi is like she's leaning back on the ropes to make herself seem as if she's confident, but she's not, because you can see her fingers twitch, and she's the first to pull away and to move forward so that they can start their match, whereas Tam is very calm, very cool, very collected. And I really like that you can really tell their personalities just from that first part of the match.
Right, yeah. And I think that's a certain talent like that they like possess as well. It's like it's a lot of that stuff with Stardom is like, because there's a language barrier, right? I don't speak Japanese. But like a lot of these women have like the ability to like just kind of weigh what they mean, or what their intentions are, with just their like demeanor, with their physical charisma, with like their like just how they carry themselves. I don't know, even like when Tam is cutting promos, usually I just know what she's saying without understanding any words, That's like a special talent I think she has. And Natsupoi as well, like, definitely. Also, like, I thought, for the fact that this was like the first cage match for Joshi in such a long time, I thought it was kind of impressive, like how well they kind of used the cage. Like, they weren't afraid to like just rub each other into the cage, like like grating their faces on the metal. And
from the beginning, they're just she just starts pushing Natsupoi into the cage, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're starting off like this. Just crazy.
That was crazy. Yeah, there's this iconic image of Tam, like this close up where she's mushed into the cage, like her cheek is like,
and you can see her
eye. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was brutal.
So did you think when Tam went into the cage afterwards? To me, it felt like when she dropped down to the floor, she had like this almost shocked look on her face, like she snapped back into reality in some way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When she saw like Natsupoi's lifeless body laying in there, and then when she rushed to get the key and get back inside. Did you think like Tam was gonna beat her up more, or did you think like Tam had?
No, I don't think I felt that at all, because there was something. I think what I saw on her face was something like relief, and then when she finally got up and started moving, is like you said, is she snapped back into reality, and she realized what she had just forced herself to do, to someone that was her friend at some point. I think she realized, like, oh my god, like, let me check and make sure she's okay. And so her getting the keys and everything, it was so much desperation that you didn't really see in the match for the most part until they start getting to like towards the end. And it was just, that was the moment of vulnerability for me where I really started to understand Tam a little bit more.
Right.
Because throughout the match, it was mainly Natsupoi that was really, really doing it for me in terms of, emotion. And then her doing this, it's like, oh, she cares. There's something there that, despite what they have gone through, she still feels something for her friend. She still wants to check on her. Yeah, like I almost started crying during that part when I was like, oh no, is she going back? Yeah. Oh my god, she's going back. Oh my god, she cares for her friend.
I do. I have teared up to that moment at some points. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna pretend I didn't. I've watched this match a lot of times. It's always a moment that like gets me. So, has this like made you interested in watching more of this stuff, or do you reckon you're just gonna? Most people don't have enough time, right, to seek the stuff out. But just like, if you had enough time, would you be interested in checking out more like of Tam or Natsupoi or like Joshi or Stardom?
Oh yeah. If I had more time, definitely. If I can find characters like this, because that's usually what sells me on wanting to watch something is if I enjoy the characters. And both of them I really, really liked here, especially in this match. So I can definitely see myself wanting to watch more Stardom because of this match. Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. I'm really happy that you liked it. I was a bit like worried at first because like it's like
Why?
very divisive. I don't know. A lot of people didn't really like it that much. It's like it's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't want to be like condescending to anyone like in the Joshi community but like a lot of people aren't really into that kind of like very emotional storytelling in the ring. They're like Joshi is not like one specific thing, right? Joshi just is a descriptor for who does it basically.
Right.
So Joshi can be anything. There's like really there's Joshi that just do like really technical wrestling or just really hard hitting in your face wrestling. There's Joshi who just do death matches and stuff like that. It's like so the Joshi community is like a lot of people are really into like the real hard wrestling stuff, you know, like the emotional storytelling stuff it's the same thing like in the normal wrestling community. It's exactly the same basically.
Yeah. It's weird because I'm the kind of person who really can enjoy a technical wrestling match on its own. Like, I'm not going to tell you that I don't enjoy Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr., but I don't enjoy anything else leading up to Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. You know what I'm saying? And
sure.
I invest a lot of time into watching wrestling weekly. So I want the story that they're telling me building up to a match to compel me, right? Because it's what I spend most of my time on. I mean, this match is just great. It's perfect to me because I really enjoyed the lingering stares and the way that the camera would hold onto their faces in those really quiet, tense moments where they're just staring at each other. You know, I really like that. It's great. I love that kind of stuff.
That's exactly what grabbed me about this match as well. It was like my, I don't know, it's kind of like I always have matches that are like my comfort food thing. If I like have a rough time, I go back to watch this and this match. It evolves over the years, but this one has been my match for like probably like 18 months that I would go watch over and over. It's not that it makes me happy or anything,
right.
But it's like how you want to listen to sad music when you're sad too, right? You know,
right.
So, something like that. So
it's interesting that you call it your comfort match, because when I was watching this match and when I was like I mentioned the very prolonged like looking at each other and all of those things, it reminded me of the way that Studio Ghibli films are. In how it doesn't cut to action nearly as much as how, you know, American TV and Western TV does, or movies, and they really let you hold on to those quiet moments, you know, when a person's just like in the kitchen making food or getting a cup of coffee for themselves, you know, those little quiet moments. Those are allowing those moments to just seep in is so good for me emotionally, right. You know, and that's what's comforting, I guess.
Exactly, yeah. That's exactly it. And it's like they are so good at like conveying their emotions by just like staring at each other for like these prolonged moments that I don't know, that really grabs me. It's not like they don't need to like yell something so the camera picks it up at each other or like tell the story in like a monologue in the ring or something.
Now there was a moment when they were up at the top and they were like they were holding each other's faces and then slapping each other, where I remember thinking to myself, if this was American wrestling, one of them would have spit on each other by now. And they didn't. And I was like, you know, I really would like somebody to spit on each other right now, but they didn't. And you know what? I might be fine with that, because this is holding me still. I like this a lot.
looping back around to like the argument I made earlier about the like the technical wrestling stuff, it's not like I dislike that. I'm exactly the same
Yeah.
as you, basically. Yeah. I love those matches. Like there's like the antithesis for a lot of people in Joshi is like Chihiro Hashimoto, she's called. She's like a very bullish, strong woman who does like excellent grappling matches. She's like the Bryan Danielson of Joshi, basically. Like she's really awesome. And I love her matches too. It's just like that's basically why I think many people couldn't appreciate this match. Is that just into different stuff, and there's like no problem with that. I think you got a perfect grasp on why this match was so important to me and why I love it so much. And I'm really happy that this worked out so well. That you
Me
loved
too.
it.
It was a great match.
I don't really have anything else on my sheet here. So yeah, any closing thoughts? I guess I don't know.
Not really. I'm thank you for showing me the match. I don't think I would have ever gone looking for it myself. I'm not somebody who really goes and looks into matches from like years and years ago. People really do have to tell me like, hey, no, I need you to watch this match. This is an important match to me, and that's when I really like go and look it up and actually get to watch it. Because for me, wrestling, because we're so used to the American style of weekly television, it's always about what's next, what's next, what's next. So it's really nice to be able to go back and watch something from a couple of years ago and really understand why it was so important in that moment, you know. So thank you for showing me that. I really appreciated it.
I want to thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me, for being my first guest on Joshi'ing Around. I really, really appreciate it. I'm excited kicking this thing off. As I'm looking forward to the future of this podcast. I hope it's something I can keep up doing for some time now. And bye, I guess.
Bye.